Alright, Shalom. Shalom. This is your brother Issachar coming back at you with another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Bafakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. Alright, so in today's lesson, we're going to go into the Lord's, the Lord has saved a remnant. Okay, the Lord is coming back for only for His elect. So we're going to start off in Romans chapter 11, verse 1 on down. I say then, hath the Most High cast away His people? The Most High forbid. That means no, okay? Alright, so the Lord hasn't cast away His people, but He turned His back on us for a little while, but that don't mean that He just totally, done away with the Israelites. No, it's not what that means. Okay? For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham, of the tribe of Benjamin. Okay, so who's speaking right here? Okay, the Apostle Paul. Okay, the Apostle Paul. So this is the tribe of Benjamin. So you can see also an Israelite. All right, but there's 12 tribes. So he is the tribe of Benjamin. Verse 2. For the Most High had not cast away His people. So right there, okay. So there it is. It was just for we're in this condition only for it was only for a brief moment. You see? All right. Verse 2. The Most High had not cast away His people, which He foreknew. Okay. What ye not? What ye not? What ye not? What the Scripture saith of Elias, how he maketh intercession to the Most High against Israel. Yahweh Shem El Shai, Lord, they have killed the prophets and digged down the altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. Verse 4. But alright, because see, the prophets, the prophets weren't liked of this world. Okay, the prophets were never liked of this world. See, verse 4. But what said the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved. See? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. So what does that mean? Okay, because the Lord said, I have reserved. Because right there, all right, 7,000 men. So you know what that word reserve means, okay? Because reserve means that you're you are preserved. The Lord has saved 7,000 men. You see. Okay, the Lord has saved 7,000 men, all right, that would not bow down to Satan or to the New World Order, all right. See, because the Lord's elect, all right, starting with the prophets, they're not going to compromise with Esau. Yeah, they're not going to compromise. They're not going to compromise. It doesn't. It doesn't matter what. It don't matter what Esau. Um, it doesn't matter what Esau says. Okay, it doesn't matter what Esau does. They're not going to compromise. They're not going to compromise. Okay, they're not going to compromise. You know what I'm saying? So this is why you have to know that. So there's a certain group of men out there who are not going to compromise. Okay, so they're not. No matter what they go through, they're not going to submit. All right. So why is that? Because the elect, okay, starting with the 144,000 and 1/3, they they are on reserve from the Lord. Okay. All right. Let's read that again. Romans chapter. 1 second. Romans chapter 11, verse 4. But what said the answer of the Most High Yahweh unto him? I have reserved to myself. See, 7,000 men. It doesn't mean just 7,000. It means just a complete number of people. Okay, that's women as well. Okay, that will not bow down to the left hand side Esau. Okay, because the elect are not. They're not going to compromise. Okay, it don't matter. See, because they belong to the Lord, who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. All right, you see, even so, then at this present time, also there is a remnant. See, so there's a small number, okay, of people who are not going to bow down to the New World Order. See, verse 5. Even so, at this present time, right now, all right. Also, there is a remnant according to the election of grace. You see? Okay? Alright? Because the Lord has his elect out here. Sure, yeah, they're a small number compared to the masses. Okay? But they're out here. You see? Alright? They're out here? They're out here. Huh? Alright, because there's always going to be a small there's a small number out here, okay, that is not going to bow down to the to Esau's New World Order, to Satan. Alright? Verse 6. And if by grace, then is it no more of works. Okay? Right, because you're not just going to get saved by what you do. Okay? So, yes, faith without works is dead. But just because, you're not going to get, the Lord's not going to prove you based on what you do. Okay, so what does that mean? Okay, that means that the elect were already predestinated. Okay, the elect were already predestinated. Okay, by the Lord. And we'll get into that. At Ephesians. All right, after this chapter here. Okay, so what does that mean? So it doesn't. You don't have to be no Superman in this thing. Okay, yeah, you don't have. You don't gotta be simple and a dummy, but at the same time, you ain't gotta be no Superman in this thing. Okay, something that you have to really, really understand. Okay, you don't gotta be all Superman or whatever, because it's not like the Lord said, okay, well, you better do all this and all this stuff, and and then I might make a decision. No, okay, it's already it's already it's already written. You see, okay, it's already written. Bear with me 1 second. Alright, so Romans chapter 11, verse 6. And if by grace, then is it none? Is it no more of works? See, because we're in grace. All right. So yeah, but that don't give you the green light just to do, whatever you want. Um, you know, it just means that you're not gonna be, you're not gonna be, uh, you're not gonna be saved just according to your works. You see that? So that's proof right there. All right. So that's a cut to you guys out there in IUIC, Nate. All right, because you guys always talk about the law, the law, the law. Hey man, you can't keep the law perfect. You damn hypocrite. What's the matter with you, Nate from IUIC? What's the matter with you? Huh? You're over here teaching in some other names. What the hell? What's going on with you? Everybody knows you sold out. You got 150 mil. You see? Well, woe unto you, Nate. If you don't repent. You see? All right, because IUIC, that group out there, man, you guys are going the fuck off. You guys are going off. You guys are going off. Big time. Big time. All right, it's not just according to the law. Because if it was just according to the law, all right, none of us would make it. No, nobody. But if by grace, then is it no more works, right? Because right now we're in grace. Okay, the Yahushai, okay, his blood covers the sins of the elect. All right, because what about a little child? Okay, what about if there's a little child who's part of the elect? Okay, that child can't keep the law perfect. You see? All right. This is why the Lord went on that cross. All right, because that covers the sins of the elect. It doesn't mean just to be just a complete demon. Just all right. Well, it covers. We can do whatever the hell we want. No, it doesn't give you liberty to do that. Okay, don't be that simple. Don't be a complete jackass. Excuse my Italian. Okay, but this just shows you that this is why the Lord going on that cross was that important. Okay, it was that important. But if it be of works, otherwise grace is no more grace. See, but if it be of works, then it is no more grace. Otherwise, work is no more work. Right? Okay, because if it was just according to works, we wouldn't need grace. See, because it would just be according to your works. See, all right, and none of us would make it if that was the point. Nobody would make it if it was just up to the law and works. Nobody here on the planet Earth would make it. All right. Verse 7, what then? Okay, because before anybody came into the truth, any Israelite, weren't you going off before in the past? See that? You tell me that you're always born and since birth, you just been perfect this whole time? Let's hear it. Okay? Verse 7, here's the point. What then hath the Most High obtained that which he seeketh for? But the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Right there. Okay? And the rest were blinded. So, let me get that one more time from the top. Romans 11, verse 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for? Okay? But the election hath obtained it. Because the elect is on reserve for salvation. Okay? And the rest were blinded. Right. So, this is something else too that I really wanted to go into. Okay, because the spirit was really heavy on me to go into it. So why is it very important right there? And the rest were blinded. Okay, so let's talk about this. Okay, let's break this down. So what then? Question mark. Israel had not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, because the elect are on reserve for salvation. See? All right. Yes, you gotta do the best you can. Don't just be sinning. Sin upon sin. Okay, you gotta try to, offend less. All right, but at the same time, okay, uh, you know, the Lord, his blood covers the elect, but the election had obtained it, and the rest were blinded. Right. So not everybody can get it. So if the rest were blinded, because not all Israel can get it. This is why you have groups out there, okay, different groups out there that are not teaching 100% truth. This is why you have Israelites out there that are still calling on Jesus Christ, but they have a Bible in their hand, you know, and they know that they're Israelite, but they're still calling on Christ. It's because they're not part of the elect, because they're being blinded. Okay, so that right there is proof to show you that right now the Lord doesn't love everybody. Okay, remember that. Even Israel. Okay, all of the Israelites out there, the Lord's not dealing with all Israel. Okay, because you guys, this world's waking up that the Israelites are part of that the Israelites are the Lord's children, but right here, but the election had obtained it, and the rest were blinded, because not everybody's gonna get this thing. Okay, it's the rest were blinded. So that is proof right there that the Lord doesn't love everybody, and the rest were blinded. Meaning what? Because only the elect are gonna be reserved for salvation. 2/3 are gonna cut off and die. Remember Zechariah chapter 13 verse 8. See? And the rest were blinded. Because right there's a cut. Okay, there's a division. Okay, there is a separation. See, there's a separation there. Doesn't mean just because you're Israelite, oh, all right, cool, man, we're Israelite, hell yeah, the kingdom, we got this. No. Okay, remember, just because you're an Israelite doesn't mean that you're gonna make it. See? Verse 8, according as it is written, the Most High hath given them the spirit of slumber. See? Eyes that they should not see. Who? The 2/3. Okay? And who gave them that? The Lord. Because he don't want all Israelites right now. Okay? This is just more proof to show you that how important it is that the Lord's only coming back for the elect. Okay? Because a lot of you groups out there, a lot of these congregations out there are not teaching about the elect. Okay, the elect is major because it's all about the elect. Okay, it's all about the elect. It's all about the elect. What, you kidding me or what? What the hell is going on out there? Huh? What the hell is going on out there? Okay, it's only about the elect. It's only about the elect, baby. I don't give a damn what your wicked pork chop eating preacher says. You see, it's only about the elect, and these Israelites out there are not teaching that, Nate, the law, man, hey, sit down, sit your black ass down. What the hell's the matter with you, man? Damn shame, man. What the hell's going on with you? Anyway. Verse 8, according as it is written, the Most High hath given them the spirit of slumber. Boom. Okay, so who's doing it? The Lord. The spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear. Right, unto this day. See? So unto this day. Alright? Unto this day. Because it goes all the way until Yahushua gets here. There's a separation. Okay, there's a separation. Alright? Alright, verse 9. And David said, let their table be made a snare and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them. A stumbling block, because they can't get into this. They can't get this. See, there's stumbling blocks set up out there for them that are gonna trip them up because they're not fully gonna come into the truth. You know, there's gonna be something that they're just not gonna get. There's just gonna be something that is not gonna allow them to get the 100% truth. And a recompense unto them. Verse 10, let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back always. Right. Alright, so yeah, because they can't see. You know? The Lord's only coming back for the elect. Alright, let's go to Ephesians chapter 1, verse 4 and verse 5. According as he has chosen us and him before the foundation of the world. Right there, because the elect were predestinated for salvation before the planet Earth was even created. See? That we should be holy, that means separate, and without blame before him. Having predestinated us unto the adoption of children by Yahweh to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will, because it's the Lord's program. Okay, it doesn't even matter what we think, or what we feel. Okay, it's what's the will of Yahweh Shai. This is why you have to go into the Lord's words. Okay, it's not what you feel is right, what the community feels. See, it's what the Lord says. Verse 6, to the praise of the glory of his grace, wherein he hath made us accepted in the beloved. That beloved there, you guys, whenever you say the beloved, that means the elect. Alright, the elect. You know, and hey, what the hell's going on with you other groups out there? You know, what the hell's going on? You know, I don't hear you guys talking about the elect. It's all about the elect. What, are you kidding me? You know, what's going on out there? You know? But that's alright. You know? The Lord is gonna deal with you false preachers out there accordingly. You know, you gotta make sure when you're teaching this word, you know, you're teaching it the correct way. You know, don't just wing it. You know? Like for reals. Okay, the Lord, especially when you're guiding his children and misleading his children. Oh no. Okay? You know, if you don't know a precept, you know, and that happens sometimes, you get from time to time, you kind of, you gotta kind of, sharpen your sword. Just, just go back to that precept. Just say, you know what, because sometimes, sometimes you may kind of forget, like, oh, you know what, I kind of forgot that breakdown. But just leave it right there, or tell the brother, hey, can you break that down? But don't just wing it. All right, if you don't know, just like, you know what, I'll get back to that. But especially when you're out there on the streets, okay, on the highways and hedges. All right, if you come to a precept and you don't really know the full breakdown, just just tell the brother, hey, you know what, can you break it down? Or go back to it later, but don't break it down wrong. It's better just to be like, you know what, I don't really know it, I'll get back to it. I kind of forgot about that precept, than just to just go into it and not know. Just an FYI. Verse 6, to the praise of the glory of his grace, wherein he hath made us accepted in the beloved. Right here. Oh, here we go. Right here, you guys. Ephesians, man. Okay, Ephesians chapter 1, verse 7. Check this out. And whom we have redemption. Okay? Alright? Because we're now, okay, the Lord has turned back onto us. Okay, you see? Redemption. Through what? Through the law? The law, the statutes. No. Like Nate saying, he has his voice, Tries to be all, the law, the statute. He's just doing too much. He's doing too much. I don't mean to put down the guy, but hey, he's going off. Hey, when someone's going off, hey, that's our job as the true teachers of Yahweh Shem Yahshai to tell. Hey, you know what? Hey, I don't know how you're doing at your personal life. That's none of my business. But as far as teaching the truth, you're going the fuck off. You're going off, Nate. You're going off. You're going off, dude. You're going off, man. Big time, bro. I mean, now hey, now you're doing too much. You're doing too much now. What the heck? Huh? I gotta get on your head now. It's too much. Nate? Alright. Verse 7. In whom we have redemption through what? His blood. Because his blood covers the elect. Okay? Check it out. Let's continue. The forgiveness of sins. So, when the elect sin out there, they're not perfect, but the elect are gonna make the adjustments. Always try to do the best they can, right? Right? Okay. So when you're not perfect, and all of us have slip-ups, including myself. Okay, I'll be one of the first ones to tell you that that I still sin. I'm not perfect at all. I'll be one of the first ones to tell you, yeah, I have slip-ups. I still sin. I mean, not willingly, but we're in the flesh. I mean, I try to do the best I can. You see? All right. Verse 7. In whom we have redemption through what? His blood. Okay, because the Lord, Yahweh's blood covers the elect's sins. The forgiveness of sins. According to the riches of his grace. See? Because it's not just like, okay, you got to do all this to make it. No. Okay? The elect, you guys are on reserve. Okay? But remember, that don't give you a green light just to go out there and be a total degenerate. Okay? Alright? Because the Lord will blot out your name He'll blot out your name from the book of life. If you're just totally like, I'm just tempt the Most High and just let me see what I can do. Okay, don't be a dumbass. Okay, don't be simple. All right, but when you try to do you strive for the masteries. When you strive for perfection, okay, the Lord is going to give us he's going to give the elect forgiveness. See? Alright, because none of us are perfect. According to the riches of his grace. Huh? Bear with me when you get let me see. Right here. Okay, so this is another major point right here that this is another major point right here that lets all of us know out there that the Lord doesn't love everybody. Okay, the Lord doesn't love everybody. The Lord doesn't love everybody. Okay, and there's gonna be a separation. All right, so there's a separation. That means that not everybody's gonna make it. Okay, number one, God does not love everybody. It's a cut to you back attacking Christians. Okay, and then because the Lord's not coming back for the heathens or the Edomites. The Lord's only coming back for the Israelites. You see, only for the Israelites. You see. But only the elect of the Israelites. St. Matthew chapter 25. Okay. Right here. St. Matthew chapter 25, verse 31 on down. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels, see? So why is Yahweh going to send the Son Yahushai with all the holy angels to make a statement? So all the holy angels are coming here, all the holy angels. The Lord's going to empty out the heavens. They're all coming down here, not just Michael. Okay? All right, all the holy angels. Remember, so the Lord's going to make a big statement, just to show the world his power. See? Then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations. And he shall separate them one from another. So the Lord does not love everybody, because there's going to be a separation. As a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats, he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Meaning what, you guys? That, it's like when you go to the grocery store and you try to buy some oranges. Sometimes, you try to buy some, you know how some people, like, they grab the oranges and they kind of fill them. And, like, they don't feel right, then they put it back down. Then they see, like, okay, this is a good orange, and they put it in their basket, right? But why did that person leave the other orange there? That, was kind of like mushy, because it wasn't no good. The shape was off. It kind of looked a little rotten. Like, oh, this shit don't feel right. It's a little bugged out. So that person, when we went grocery shopping, put it back down, right? Right. So meaning what, you guys? Meaning that, not all oranges were good. Okay? Not all oranges were good, because the person that was grocery shopping found the oranges, and then the bad ones, that individual that was grocery shopping, just an example, they put that orange right back down. Why? Because it was no good. Same thing. Okay, right here. St. Matthew chapter 25, verse 33. Verse 33, and he shall set, who? The Lord and the angels shall set, okay, Yahushai and the angels. All right, Yahweh is, right now, he already has, all right, who's going to make it and who's not going to make it. So when Yahushai and the angels get here, they're going to separate the Lord's elect. Verse 33. And he shall set the sheep on his right, but the goats on the left, because not everybody's going to make it. Meaning what? That the Lord does not love everybody. Okay? The Lord does not love everybody. Okay? I don't care how, how mad you get. It's the truth. Okay? All right? We don't just teach the word just to, like, oh, fuck, just trying to be, just be hard on you and just be like, well, and just, give you the word and that's it. But it's just to let you know that if you don't agree with what this is saying, it doesn't even matter. All right, your opinion don't even matter when it comes down to the Lord's judgment. Okay, because you think that, oh yeah, no, this ain't true. Well, that's on you now. Okay, that's entirely on you. Okay, we're teaching what the Lord is saying. Okay, what the Lord is about to do out here. You see? All right. Let's go to St. Matthew. Matthew chapter 24. And let's go down to the 30th verse 30 and 31. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, Yahushai. Okay, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. Right, because the Lord's coming back in a spaceship. Alright, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn. All the tribes of the earth mourn. And they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Right. Okay, because the Lord's coming back with those in those spaceships, so-called UFOs. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together. Very important. You know, I go over the scripture a lot, but it's very important. He shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect. Not all Israel. So from the four winds, meaning from the four corners of the earth. All right, the four corners of the earth. From one end of heaven to the other. So right there, from one end of heaven to the other. So you know, let's look up some of these pictures of the these chariots. Okay. The Lord's gonna come back and these things right here. Okay. Which is called the chariots of Israel. All right, the chariots of Israel, the so-called UFOs, the so-called UAPs. These right here. Huh? Those things right there called the chariots of Israel. All right, so when you see those are for the Israelites. Okay, remember, not the world. Okay, for the heathens. Okay, and the Edomites and you 2/3. All right, yeah, that's for your destruction. But for the elect, all right, remember, the Lord and the angels are on your side. All right, so that's it on today's lesson. You know, remember, the Lord's coming back for his elect. Okay, the Lord's coming back for his elect. So with that, shalom. Keep fighting, keep enduring. On your feet, soldier. Shalom.